Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Guest House Foundation monthly TV show here at CAN TV. My name is Art Sims. I am the Community Outreach Manager for Guest House, and I'm your host this evening. We want to welcome you guys back for another edition of our monthly show. As you guys all know, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this evening we're going to have a very impactful conversation about breast cancer awareness. I want to introduce you to our guest, the one and only Miss Tatisa C. Joiner. She is the founder and creator of the Tatisa C. Joiner Foundation, a non-for-profit organization that was established in 2008 to support and empower breast cancer survivors. Tasha is a dear friend of mine, and I am so honored to have her here this evening. Tasha, welcome. And I don't know if I should say Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or should I say Keep Thriving and Surviving Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
All of the above.
Good. It's an honor to have you here this evening.
Honored to be here with you, my
It's a pleasure. Before we get into our conversation, I wanted to make you guys aware a little bit about the Guest House Foundation. Since 1999, Guest House Foundation has provided affordable and comfortable temporary lodging for medical patients and their families who are in need. We are a registered 501c3 organization that is known as the IMD Guest House Foundation, and we are honored to serve as many people as we do. We're located on the campus of the University of Illinois. We're right at the corner of Polk and Damon, and we offer 54 fully furnished 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units that are for temporary medical lodging. You must be referred by one of our partnering hospitals. For more information on who we serve, our website is located on the bottom of the screen. I want to get into this conversation about breast cancer awareness because it's a very impactful conversation. I want to give you guys just a little bit of information about breast cancer awareness. Approximately, that was almost hard to say, 1 in every 8th woman will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Many people are not aware that men also can be diagnosed with breast cancer. There are about 4 million women in the United States who have a history of breast cancer, and it's sad to say, but believe it or not, racial disparities play a huge part in breast cancer as well. So Tasha, I want to start off with the fact that in 2003, you were diagnosed with breast cancer right after the birth of your son. Can you please share your story with us, and let's talk about what this journey has been like for you?
Oh, a journey for sure. So 22 years ago, I had my first and only child. Mm-hmm. And right after giving birth, I nursed him, obviously. And the first 8 months of his life, he was nursed, and mm-hmm. he would only take the milk from my left breast. And after nursing, I went to the doctor for something that I felt was abnormal, mm-hmm. like a burning sensation, a stinging. And first mammogram, I had my child at the age of 36. So first time mom, I didn't know what that burning sensation was. Mm-hmm. And went for my very first mammogram at the age of 36, when literature tells you to wait till 40.
That's right.
So I went at 36, and they found the lump only because I said, by the way, my breast is burning. That's the only reason they did a breast exam and a mammogram. The only reason. And that's what happened.
Wow. Not only here you are a first-time mom, I just thank God your son is a grown man now, healthy, productive. Here you are, an amazing survivor. Tasha, what was it like to just hear that, to hear you have breast cancer? Not only did you pretty much self-diagnose yourself, but then to hear something that is something that, most people just cannot take hearing that. What was it like?
to hear it was foreign because breast cancer does not run in my family. It was foreign to hear it, and hearing it went deaf. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe it. And the first thought was my baby.
Right.
The very first thought was, what do you mean I have breast cancer?
Sure.
I need to be here for my baby. I just had my son. So hearing it kind of threw me over the loop, but I had to bring myself back because of him.
Wow. And throughout that entire process of not only raising a young child, you and your husband have done an amazing job, as I always say, but you being a mother, this being the first time, going through this and dealing with this, how did you begin the journey of, I've got to prioritize, I've got to do what's necessary, and yet I've got to move on and live my life? How did that all fall into place?
So prioritization came with me. I had to take care of me first. And I had to get my mind right, get my mind in motion to get ready to navigate this journey of this disease. What's going to happen? What kind of treatments do I need to have? How is it going to debilitate me? How is it going to prevent me from taking care of my family? How's it going to prevent me from working? So it was a process of how, why, when, and what.
Wow.
How do I do this? Why did it happen? When do I get better? And what do I need to do to move forward? So taking those steps got me to gird up and just be a big girl.
So, myself being a cancer survivor and being someone who lives on a daily basis with a rare form of leukemia that can never, ever be cured, but I just thank God I'm in remission. How does one, and I think we both probably can share stories of finding resources that most fit us, because that really is why you started your organization to begin with. The rare form of leukemia that I battle with, the first thing I asked was, could I speak to another black man that, was at least that looks like me, that may have had the same similar experiences, things like that. And at the time, they could not find me anyone. The only person they found me was a gentleman in Vermont who was a maple syrup farmer, I guess you would say. And I was like, dude, I'm in the hood on the south side of Chicago. You in Vermont and tapping trees for maple. These two things are not the same. And so what resources did you have available to you, and what made you start your organization?
So in terms of the resources, normally the hospital they're going to give
right.
you
That's right.
every pamphlet, every book, every piece of literature for you to educate yourself with breast cancer. I didn't do that because it was all foreign to me, so I educated myself on my own, right? I never went to any support groups. I went to my doctors and I talked to them. I said, is there a place to go where I can just talk without it being woe is me, or without me having to stand up and say, hi, I'm Tatisa Joiner, I'm an XYZ year survivor. Those kind of places were a little boring to me.
Right.
So I started my organization for that reason, for women to have a place to go where they can feel comfortable, be with someone who looks like them, be able to take their wig off and just throw it across the room and not feel
judged or any of that. Right, that makes sense.
About it.
Sure.
And we came together as a sisterhood to talk about everything other than breast cancer. That's what brought us together. But we talk about everything other than. How's your family? What did you make for dinner? How do you make that cake?
Okay.
That's grandma's recipe. I can't share that recipe. So we are just a family.
Right.
And that's what made me start it, to have a place to go where I can be free and be myself and not be judged.
You know, I think that is so beautiful because, again, that's what I think I was looking for. Here I was, a young man in his 40s when this happened. Most of my life has been spent in nightlife, in the entertainment world. I wanted to know, you know, my goodness, did you have to give up drinking alcohol? Did you have to stop doing this and stop doing that? And again, here I was partnered with a gentleman who was a, you know, maple syrup farmer in Vermont. And no disrespect to that gentleman. He was really nice. We still keep in touch with each other. But I wanted to know, oh my goodness, how will this change my life forever? And thank goodness for Emmerman's Angels. Johnny Emmerman, who's an amazing gentleman here in Chicago. He too was a young man who was diagnosed with cancer, and he was able to help me through my journey versus, you know, the gentleman in Vermont was like, well, I get up and tap trees every day. And I was like, oh, okay, this is not me. But again, I thank God for everyone. And then I do want to give a big shout out to the American Cancer Society, which is one of our partners at Guest House. They were very helpful in just helping me navigate financial situations. How was I going to get my medicine? My medicine was actually $10,000 a month, and I was faced with $900 a month co-pays. And so it was better for me to go broke than to even stay working because, again, who can afford $900 a month just for medicine? To stay alive. So I appreciate when people do things like you do. And so you actually call your network of women butterflies.
Yes.
And how did that come about?
So if you think about the metamorphosis of a butterfly, they start out as a caterpillar. They go into the cocoon, and while they're in that cocoon, they go through that metamorphosis. So for a woman, we're going to do a symbolism. That metamorphosis is she's crying.
Wow.
She's losing her hair. She's losing weight. She's gaining weight. She's losing her taste buds. So while she's in that metamorphosis, she makes the decision that I am going to survive this, and she pushes through that cocoon and she comes out colorful and free like a butterfly. So my group of ladies are called the butterflies.
And how many butterflies are in your hatchery?
Oh wow, the hatchery,
See,
the hatchery. Come on with the words.
The
Come on with the
hatchery,
words.
my dear. You're dealing with someone who's very versed in knowing the very stages of, yes, right. And so how many women have been a part of your hatchery?
Let's just say there has been close to 200 women who have crossed the threshold into the foundation. And as of today, we have an active maybe 85 to 90. Because they continue to go on and do their own things and build their own networks and start helping others based on their experience here. They are a testimony, and so some have gone on to start their own organizations, and we support one another because it's all about networking and helping and healing and making sure everyone who gets diagnosed with this disease survives it.
Wow. I think that is just so beautiful. I was recently reading a couple of stories that now more than ever, more younger and younger women are being diagnosed with breast cancer, colon cancer, and I'm wondering, what is it? Do you think it's our diet? Do you think it's the environment we live in? Do you think it's the day-to-day stress? But here you were 36 years old, and you said most women they're not even being encouraged to get tested until 40, but we're learning that more and more younger women. So what do you think is the reason for that?
I wish I had the exact answer because there's only one person who has the answer. But I do know, and everyone else should know, we are all born with cancer cells. We're born with cancer cells. So as Art mentioned, environment, DNA, lifestyle, hormones, that's part of a female breast cancer the step, what makes it exacerbate. So those four things can exacerbate those cells and bring them to the surface. And in my case, it was hormones.
Really?
In my case, it was hormones because medically, so says the doctors, I got pregnant late in life. And by getting pregnant later in life, your hormones are kind of out of control. And so at the age of 36, getting pregnant, that's what exacerbated my breast cancer my cells in my body to the breast.
Wow. And who would think at 36?
Who would think?
That's beyond, and nowadays we're celebrating older women that are having healthy babies and doing things. And one would think, are you kidding me? At the age of 36, that's still the prime of, most people's,
Right.
Wow. That's really.
And then the younger ladies, I mean, when you think about lifestyle,
Yes.
a lot of younger ladies are not taking good care of themselves like they should, like
Right.
grandma days. We went to the doctor. We ate from the land.
Correct.
We ate from the soil.
Correct.
We planted our own food. So nowadays it's fast food, microwave.
Yeah, which is true. Right.
Quick dinners.
Right.
What can I do quick? Throw it in a microwave for 3 minutes. It's already preserved.
That's right.
So all the preservatives, I truly believe preservatives, there's no way a Twinkie can last for 30 years on a shelf. Okay, that's another segment.
That's a whole other show, and we would have to have that conversation.
It is all
which is
about
true.
what you put in your body. It's all about where you live, your environment. I was just on the phone with someone today. She lived in a building that had mold. Did not know the building had mold. Guess what? She has breast cancer.
Oh,
and she has
wow.
rheumatoid arthritis. And she has lung issues.
Wow.
Because of the mold.
In the building.
Environment.
And not knowing it.
And not knowing.
Unbelievable.
So know your body and know where you live. Know what you eat.
So what advice would you give to this younger generation? I mean, that was great advice you just gave, but should younger women start getting mammograms early? And if so, where would they go? I mean, will their insurance cover this? If their insurance won't cover it, what are some of the things that, signs that maybe women need to look out for?
Yeah, first of all, if you're going to beautify yourself and get your hair done and your nails done and your makeup and going to buy, you can surely go and pay for a mammogram. It's only $250 because insurance will not pay for it if you are not under the age, if you're under the age of 40.
Wow.
Insurance will not pay for it.
Okay.
And they will only pay for it if it is BRCA, which means DNA in your family. So unfortunately, we have to be diligent and vigilant,
both of them.
In knowing our body
Yes.
and making sure money should never be a factor when it comes to your health. Money should never be a factor when it comes to your health. So my advice to the young ladies, please prioritize you. Prioritize you.
Wow. So over the journey of you and all of these amazing butterflies who have come through, what are some of the activities and things that you've done to keep these ladies engaged? I mean, I just love the fact that you do your networking events and have your various things that you do. What are some of the things that you've done over the years to just keep the ladies informed? I know you have an amazing gala coming up this coming Saturday, but let's talk about some of the things that you've done to keep these ladies engaged and informed.
Right. Again, we're sisters. We are a sisterhood network. They call me Madam Butterfly. They named me, not me.
Wow.
So they call me Madam Butterfly. And once a month we come together. We call it Pink Pillow Talk. Initially it started out as we were going to be in pajamas, bring our pillow, and just talk, because this was a new organization. We were trying to figure out what are we going to do. And then it was 1 month a year. We were only doing it 1 month. And then a lady said, we want to see each other more than once a year.
Wow.
Then we went 2 months. Then we went 3 months. Now we're every month, third Thursday, every month we come together, and they do not miss it. All we do is we come together, we hug, we love on one another. We also annually do a butterfly stroll.
Oh, nice.
So we don't call it a walk. We're too cute. We stroll down the boulevard.
Right.
We do about 3 miles. And then we also have different fundraisers like a salmon dinner fundraiser and my annual gala. So they're engaged because they're part of it and they come up with some wonderful ideas, and we support all other organizations as a group.
Right. I do want to take a few moments to also talk to men about their health. Recently, I've had at least 6 men that I know, all under the age of 60, to succumb to some type of cancer. We just lost Neil neo soul and R&B
Yes.
artist D'Angelo, just to pancreatic cancer. And so I do want to talk to men. Breast cancer does run in men as well too. Jim Brown, famous actor and athlete. Let's talk about that a little bit and encouraging our men to do what's right.
Right. So, yes, men are diagnosed with breast cancer as well. And you won't know it unless you go for an exam. You won't know it if, like, you're lifting weights and you're building up those pecs. So there could be a lump in the pec, in that muscle. Go and get checked. And some women, they will say, my husband or my spouse or my significant other found my lump because you're rubbing the breast, okay?
Intimacy.
Right. Same thing with women. Rub on your spouse or, intimacy. Rub on him and check him because men are very low key with going to the doctor. You do not want to go.
I wonder why that is.
I have no IY.
You have no IY?
I have no IY, no ID, no
none of that.
care.
Any of those. We wonder why. And it's so important that people go and get checked. And I don't know if it's an issue of lack of insurance, an issue of pride, an issue of whatever it is. But anything that happens with me that goes on for more than 2 weeks, I want to go get it checked out. I need to figure out what is going on here. And we need to change that. And that's men of all race, creed, color. It just does not make sense. And we need to encourage men to go get seen more.
Only another man can ask why they don't do it. I mean, I know for my husband, I'm forcing him. I make his doctor's appointment. I say, okay, September is your birthday. We're going to get this, and this.
From the rudder to the tip.
Because I want you to be here next September.
Correct.
So we use our birthdays as our overhaul.
Yes, I agree.
And if men would just look at their brothers, their sisters, their mom, their dads, and if you see an ailment and you don't want that ailment, go get yourself checked.
That's right.
Get yourself checked.
I couldn't agree with you more. I could not. Tasha, here we are many years later from 2003.
Yes.
Here you are, an amazing survivor, have been doing some just epic things. How are you doing as an individual every day? A lot of people don't really check in on cancer survivors like that. Oh, that's Tasha. She fabulous. She looks good. She out here doing the doggone thing. But how are you doing? And that's what I ask myself every day to Art. How are you doing? Still living with something that I don't know could change on the flip of a dime in any moment. So how's everything?
Everything's good.
Okay.
Everything's good with me. And people ask me, how are you doing all this? Just like you asked me. I look at this, tomorrow's not promised. So I'm going to do as much as I can today. And then when tomorrow happens, I'm going to do as much as I can tomorrow.
Right.
So I am constantly going. I am always busy. And I just resigned or retired, if you will. And I'm busier now than I was when I was working a 9 to 5.
I couldn't agree.
So for me, how am I? I'm busy.
Okay.
And I make time for what I want to make time for.
Okay, very good. Now, I know your event is sold out this coming Saturday, but let's talk about the over-the-top fabulousness that your events are each and every year. Let's talk about that real quick.
Right. Every year we have a themed event, and our people love themes. I mean, people in general, but being an African-American woman, I know my African-American brothers and sisters love to come out and dress up.
Yes, we do.
For a cause. And that's what I do. I've been doing it since 2008. My first event was a costume ball in a blizzard on November 1st, 2008. 300 people came out in a blizzard. I didn't think they would come out, but they came. And every year we got bigger and bigger. And what we do is we raise money for newly diagnosed survivors to help them with their transportation, medication assistance, wigs, and we just love on them because they're celebrating their life after cancer. Very good. Can you give the website so people can learn more information about what you do? Absolutely. www.TATISACJOINER Foundation.com. Tasha C. Joiner Foundation.com.
She's an amazing woman, you guys. I'm just so grateful not only for the friendship, but I'm grateful for the fact that she was able to come here and talk today. We want to let you guys know this is nothing to play with. If anything does not seem right or normal with you and your physical self, please go get it checked out. We want to save as many lives as possible. And Tasha, we just cannot thank you enough for being here this evening to talk to us in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's
Thank
my
you so much
pleasure.
for
It's
having
my
me.
pleasure. It really is. Just want to remind you guys that the Guest House Foundation is a 501c3. Our website is located below. You can also follow us on all social media platforms. We would love to have you guys follow us. We are on Facebook at the Guest House Foundation, Instagram Guest House Chicago, on X Guest House Chicago, and on Threads Guest House Chicago. We also want to take a moment to congratulate everyone who ran in the 2025 Bank of America Marathon. Congratulations to you all. And we want to thank all of the people who ran on behalf of the Guest House this year. It takes a lot of courage and commitment and just to be courageous to run those 26 miles. I actually DJ'd for the Guest House at our cheering station, and just to see all of those people do what they did is just so amazing. And we want to thank you guys so very much. If you want to think about volunteering and or donating to the Guest House, please go to our website, guesthousechicago.org. On behalf of the entire team at Guest House, I want to thank you guys so very much for tuning in this evening, and we'll be back next month. I'm Art Sims, Community Outreach Manager. It's been a pleasure to be here this evening, and please get yourself checked out in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Please.
God bless, and we'll see you again next month. Thank you.